What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggie Diamonds. You already know Doggie Diamonds TV. I got a special guest with me here today. Introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is KT, the Arch Degree. What's going on, family?
Chilling, man. The last time I saw you, you did the X-Men Decoded. I was like, holy shit! You done taught me some stuff about myself in the X-Men that I had no clue the correlation between black people and the X-Men. So I was like amazed at that. So I'm tuned into every Decoded from here on out, and I'm going back and looking at the old ones that I missed because it you know how first somebody say, you know, this, that Decoded, and you're like, here we go with the bullshit. But the way you broke it down, I was like, no. Homie's on to something. Homie's on to something. So we still dealing with the Marvel family. I know you got something for me with this Luke Cage thing.
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. In light of an event coming up at Nicholas Bookstore, I'm going to be doing a triple feature because a lot of people want to hear, want to see it live. They want to come and check it out. I don't always catch all the cities. So in this aspect, we're actually going to have it in high definition pay-per-view, and people can come physically to sit down. Plus, I'm doing 3 films so I can cover a wide array, of people's interests. But tonight, we're going to talk about Luke Cage specifically because of the aspect of hip-hop that's involved in the production.
Yes. And I definitely love hip-hop. I know a little bit about hip-hop, they say. Just a little something. So that's dope. All right, so where should we start? Luke Cage is also known as Power Man.
Right.
And when I was younger, I remember the Power Man and Iron Fist comic book.
That's right. Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, exactly. So when they were saying they was gonna do a Luke Cage movie at first, it didn't start out as a series. It's supposed to be a movie. I was like, 50 Cent would be dope as Luke Cage. Then they was thinking about Tyrese at one point.
They had Jamie Foxx too.
Well, he wouldn't have been a good Luke Cage.
That was another pick.
Terry Crews would have probably been dope. I'm just talking about for the
for the size.
Yeah, the diesel black dude and stuff like that.
Michael John White.
Yeah, but I was really leaning towards Tyrese. I thought Tyrese probably
was gonna get it. Yeah, me too, actually.
And then it comes on Netflix, so I'm like, holy smoke! So it's on Netflix now. Didn't it shut Netflix down for a little while? Like Netflix.
It did because man, we hungry, man.
Yeah, black superheroes.
Hungry. We hung for a real hero though. Because we got Meteor Man.
Yes.
And Blank Man.
Yes. Whatever that is.
We need something for real. So to see like a real black superhero with morals and character and well filmed and well written, like we longing for that. We longing to see power.
Would you say we had Apocalypse 2 though?
What's that?
Would you say we had Apocalypse 2 though? Was Apocalypse ours too?
Oh, you talking about an X-Men?
Yeah, I'm just talking about black superheroes in it, even though he was considered to be a villain.
Yeah, he was from we did, because from Kemet. But no, I'm saying we got a lot of black heroes out there.
Okay.
Made in the films. I'm talking about films already made. Like when you go back into your VCR, your VHS, your DVD archives, like we don't have much of a library when it comes to black superheroes. Just like Spawn.
Yeah.
You got a few, but there's a lot to choose from. So what's so deep about this though is really Luke Cage was blaxploitation. I mean, homeboy was in the silk yellow shirt with the unbuttoned and the taco meat on the chest, with the tiara. And then he was the only hero that would beat bad guys up for a check because he couldn't pay his rent.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
crazy. So let's get into the hip hop aspect of it.
Yes, sir.
My cousin was telling me, he was like, did you notice that most of the titles were like Gangstarr song titles for the Luke Cage TV show? So what's the correlation you think between Gangstarr and Luke Cage?
Oh, man. So beautiful question. So we got, if I could remember correct, we got Moment of Truth. We got Code of the Streets. Mm-hmm. We got Who's Gonna Take the Weight. We got Step Into the Arena. We got Just to Get a Rep. Suckers Need Bodyguards. Manifest. Blowing Up the Spot. DWYCK. Take It Personal. Diamond, Soliloquy of Chaos, and You Know My Steez. Now, the reason that I ended up feeling why they did the whole Guru thing was because, I mean, the Gangstarr thing is because, remember, Guru is one individual of Gangstarr. You got Guru and you got DJ Primo up in there. So what makes that so dynamic? Well, the fact is, when you're dealing with DJ Premier and you're dealing with Guru, you're messing with the connection to Adrian Young, which when you're dealing with hip hop, you know, there's a lot of cats behind the scenes. You never hear their names, but they're ingenious. You see what I'm saying? Adrian Young is one of them. So he's working with DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9".
The Prime album.
Exactly. So when you go over here, you got Ali Shaheed Muhammad. And everybody knows him from where? From Tribe Called Quest, right?
Yes.
Deep part about that is when you're looking at Tribe Called Quest, now you got Phife Dawg, because Guru just passed, right? And Phife just passed. Yes. You got one that just passed, transcended because of cancer, and then the other one transcended because of diabetes. So you're looking at these two pillars in hip hop that for some reason, when you're looking at the whole soundtrack of this whole storyline, you got these two people coming from these two families coming together and able to make one sound. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So it's a unification of the sound on music that really is its own character in the film.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yep. So why? Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Why do all these pieces fall into place? And I don't think that they specifically meant to tie it that way. We all know hip hop is its own force because it was created out of circumstances where we would, our music was taken away from us. We didn't have any more band, you know, classes in school, things of that nature. We didn't have no money for instruments. You see what I'm saying? So we had to find other ways to express ourselves. But that expression, whether we call it hip hop or whatever we want to call it, it came out of that. And now it's this big global phenomenon, you see? And I can't even take the credit for the Hollywood Decoded I do, because I got to give credit where credit's due to Black Dot.
Wow.
Okay? Because Black Dot came forth with Hip Hop Decoded, right?
The big homie, yep.
That's right, with the 4 elements: fire, air, earth, water. Talking about the graffiti, right? The DJ, the MC, the B-boy. So in looking at hip hop that way, he came to me and he was like, yo, the way you broke that movie down, because we would build from time to time. My brothers introduced me. He was like, yo, you need to like do something with that. You know what I mean? The same way that I broke all this hip hop stuff down, you need to do the same thing to these movies, you know? So I got to definitely give credit where credit's due. And anybody who ain't heard of Black Dot, look him up. Urban Culture Decoded is his new book where he's just breaking down urban culture, period. You know? All
right. So Ali Shaheed Muhammad, Adrian Young, he also did a lot of work with he did something with Ghostface Killah. He did a whole album with Ghostface Killah.
That's right.
And and a lot of some of the music that's on the Jay-Z Magnum Carta album is actually his samples.
Wow.
Like Picasso Baby, that's Adrian Young's sample. Yeah, that's
like I said,
that's his sample.
Genius in the cut. Genius in the cut, man. You know what I mean?
So shout out to him. So all right, break it down for the people. You got Luke Cage, the black superhero that's wearing the hoodie. A lot of people were saying that it was a tribute to Trayvon Martin with the hoodie.
Right.
You gonna make me go get my More Rich hoodie. Shout out to Blue Pill and put my More Rich hoodie on. You're gonna make me get that. But he has the hoodie on. And why do you think hip hop is the tone for Luke Cage? Why are they? Because there's so many genres of music they could use. There's so much music they could use. Why do you think it was hip hop and Gangstarr in particular?
Great question once again. Okay, so the funny thing is, Keith Elam was actually a Cancer. You know, that was actually his sign.
Wow.
Ironically enough, that's what he died from, right?
Wow.
He transcended on April 19th, which makes April 19th so powerful is that's when the sun ingresses into the sign of Taurus, okay?
Wow.
What makes Taurus so powerful is it represents the throat chakra. So it represents the voice or speaking. And that's what hip hop is all about, because it's really what makes hip hop so powerful is the fact that it's unfiltered. See, it's a way for everybody to express themselves from their perspective without anybody critiquing, criticizing how they doing it. Because
hold that thought for 1 second.
Did
you know that Gangstarr made a song called Mostly the Voice?
See what I'm saying?
Continue your build. Continue.
You see what I mean? Yep. So when we look at hip hop, and hip hop, Black Dot, he broke down how hip hop started like way back in like the 20s and everything, because he had all these excerpts of the cats doing the spitting back in the day, but differently. But everybody knows pretty much hip hop started with James Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you look back, Most Sample, that was the first MC getting it in.
The father of mumble rap too.
Come on, yeah, right. That's why we can't knock what's going on today, because it's just another cycle going
360.
Yeah, that's what was going on before.
But we also have to let it be known that the homoerotic stuff was going on. It wasn't in hip hop, but then again, look at Bambaataa though, so maybe it was.
Yeah, but see, that came out. It's not like he was on the mic or on the ones and twos with it.
On the mic, no pun intended. No
right.
pause.
Yeah. So when we look at James Brown, James Brown was born May 3rd. He's a Taurus.
Wow.
Okay. The next day, May 4th, that's when Sharon Jones was born. Sharon Jones is from the Dap Kings. She just passed on the 18th on Nate Parker's birthday.
Wow.
Who did Birth of a Nation?
Yes.
Yeah, his birthday is November 18th. When I did Luke Cage, she hadn't transcended yet. You know what I'm saying? So she just passed, and she passed the cancer as well. But what makes her so dope is her sound and the Dap King sound. Sharon Jones and Dap King, they got that same hip hop sound to it, that same James Brown soul feeling. Like she was like off the hook. But what ties it all together? What ties it all together is the fact that she was the last performance in the series on You Know My Steez. Like, everything happened in Harlem and happened at the location where they was singing at. She was the last act. The first act was Raphael Sadiq, right?
Yes.
Raphael Sadiq is May 14th.
Wow.
So she's May 4th. He's May 14th. They only 10 years apart. And then you got James Brown May 3rd. So you got all this Taurus energy. Throat chakra. The reason why the Taurus energy is so powerful, I'm going to ask you a question, real simple question you're going to be able to answer. What animal represents Taurus?
The bull.
The bull. Okay. So let's go to the Bible, because in the storyline, Luke's father was a preacher, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, they named him Lucas. His name was called Lucas, but he named himself Luke Cage in honor of one of the 4 evangelists.
Wow.
Okay, so you got Luke, you got Mark, you got Matthew, you got John. Each one of them represented those 4 faces of Ezekiel's wheel, that 4-headed beast. One was an eagle, one was a lion, one was an eagle, one was a lion, one was an angel. And do you know what Luke was?
A bull.
A bull.
Holy smoke.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me give you something else. Raphael Sadiq was also in a group with Ali Shaheed Muhammad called Lucy's Pearl.
Lucy Pearl. See what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. All this stuff ties together. This is why the show was so successful, because of the energies involved. You see, we like dealing with the surface of things instead of really penetrating deep inside ourselves. We want to get so caught up in the environment and everything going on, when really we got to look at ourselves as the reason why the environment is so crazy, because our insides are so crazy. So we got to go inside and create the stillness and the quietness and the peace, and that thing will reverberate externally. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, I just wanted to make those particular points. Now, another dope point dealing with this storyline is going back to Guru. Where's Guru from originally?
Boston.
Boston. Do you know the town he's from? What other brother who revolutionized, and that's a hint, came from? A revolutionary from Boston.
I know Malcolm used to bang there, but I don't think he's from Boston.
Go back a little further. Go back a little further.
The only person I could think of a little further than Malcolm would be, is not the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Khalid Muhammad?
Crispus Attucks.
Oh, wow. See, you said further. You should have said, yeah, I'm about to say,
way back.
Go way back. Yeah.
way back. Crispus Attucks is from Boston. Why is that important? Because in Luke Cage, that was the name of the stronghold.
Wow.
Where Cottonmouth kept all the stuff at. That's where he broke up in there. He was slamming everybody into the wall, and he went in there to take all the money back. That was the Crispus Attucks Projects, which was a project based upon Black Mariah's character and Cottonmouth's character. Now, they flipped RBG. They flipped the red, black, and green movement to make us look like terrorists in the storyline, because essentially what was happening was you had people like Koreans and Arabs, right? Asians that were in our community, right? Selling, having the corner stores, the Chinese restaurants, getting all our money, not putting back into the community, right? And they were like pressing them the same way the mob would press folks back in the day, be like, pay them taxes. Yep. They were running up on them talking about pay them taxes, but making it look like it was a bad thing. In our community, if we have other people coming in making money on us, like, we're supposed to benefit from that. We're supposed to regulate that. But they twisted it and kind of made it look more like terror oriented. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
However, with Crispus Attucks, when he ended up taking that quote unquote first shot of the American Revolution and dropped dead.
Yes.
This was the result of a group of gang members, right, underneath the U.S. government that would go around to the different Caribbean islands, to the different plantations, snatching folks up so they could be part of their army, so they could help press people for bread. So that same thing that they were doing in the storyline that they made it look like we were doing was really what the government was doing to us. And it's just so ironic that they put the Crispus Attucks in there because, and this is a nickname for Luke Cage, they call him the Black Captain America. They even said it in the series. The spot where Crispus Attucks dropped, right? They put a memorial there. If you lift that memorial up, it's Captain America's shield, son. It's a straight up star with the circles going around it.
Wow.
I don't make this up. I just see it.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In your life, I seen the X-Men Apocalypse. I bear witness that in the flesh, seeing you do that. Right. What happened? What woke up in you to make you see the correlation between, like, because I know sometimes I see stuff and I'll be like, I know I'm not bugging, but that has something to do with that. That has something to do with that. What woke up in your spirit in your life that made you be able to see these things?
Okay, so I tell everybody the same thing. Things usually start with your grandmother or your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? So when I was young, my grandmother used to take me to the Apollo. For one, and she used to also take me to the movie theaters. That's how I got introduced to films, was through my grandmother. That was something we would do together. Okay. And as I got older, like as we would watch the movies, I wasn't just getting entertained. I would see certain things, but it just didn't gel. But I do remember that. It wasn't until 2001, 2 weeks before them towers dropped, right? I was in Brooklyn with Red and Blue up in their spot. What they did, they opened up a bag of some psilocybin and was like, try some of these shrooms. And then they slid in a Phil Valentine tape on me. This was the first time I ever heard of Phil Valentine. I didn't know who he was. Popped it in there. I'm on these shrooms. I'm watching Valentine at the same time. That's a trip,
Yep, definitely.
But what's dynamic is, it's ironic you keep saying X-Men Decoded, because that's what he was breaking down in that VHS tape. Because it wasn't DVDs, it was a VHS back then in 01 when I got hip to him. You see what I'm saying? He was talking about how Wolverine got the metal on his bones, right? And how he's a beast, he's a savage, and the name of the metal is called adamantium, but when you break the word up, it's Adam Anti-Ohm. So it's man against God. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Are you serious? Yeah.
Bring that back. Then he was talking about Jean Grey. He was talking about Professor X being an effeminated male. That's why he's sitting in a chair. He's castrated. So he has the woman by his side. Jean Grey, representing gray matter, his brain being the feminine force. You see what I'm saying? And Magneto being the masculine force. So, like, I ain't never heard nothing like that. He was just going in. So now, when I started going to the movies, I just kind of kept it like wide open. And every time I would see a film, it would just open more and more until I got to a point where it was a multiverse. See, movies is one of the greatest examples of a multi-universe. You see what I'm saying? Because we literally go to other dimensions. There's something called neurocinematics. Y'all Google that. Okay, this is a study, a huge study. Matter of fact, they got like 100-page paper. Brother sent me the PDF on it, where they break down how the brain gets influenced by the films you see. And even though you're sitting in a seat watching a war movie, all those actions that are taking place in that war movie, your brain is taking it in as though you're experiencing it.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So you can get suggested to do things, you see? Or if you're aware of antiquity and allegory and the stories of your history, then you can see things beyond what they're trying to tell you that will be a message that will reinforce certain things. So I use it as a medium to communicate to youth and to communicate to people, because when we go into science and metaphysics and stuff, we might lose folks, but people watch movies. So if I break a movie down using that as an example to explain a certain concept, and they watch the film and they go back and see it again, they got it.
Yeah. Because
24 frames a second makes the rolling of a film. And if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then how much is a movie worth?
Yes. All right. So hip hop, you have hip hop. It's this broad. It's the universal language of the youth. It's in Burger King commercials. It's in McDonald's commercial. It's in every commercial that you could think of. Now it's in a TV series that we all love. It happens to be a black superhero. Try to tie them in a little bit more. Why do you think that they use? You said why they use Gangstarr in particular. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they used the certain song titles and each scene had something to do with, my Steves and that? Why do you think they did all of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to understand this. When you're dealing with Marvel, Marvel's a powerhouse. They making mad bread right now. They were kicking a Netflix series out that was very successful. But who spends a lot of money, bruh?
Us.
Who breaks bread? You know what I'm saying?
Right. The poorest people, us.
You can't just throw us Iron Fist. You can't throw us a white boy doing karate and think the numbers is just going to jump. They got to communicate. So how they going to communicate? Black Panther's already being done. You see what I mean? So they was like, okay, we're going to rock this Luke Cage. But we can't bring no blaxploitation Luke Cage to no Netflix, especially with our people dying in the streets, with the youth getting shot up. So what they did is they flipped it, you see? And they brought forth the bulletproof nigga.
Wow.
You see what I mean? Because one of our main problems is the fact that we keep getting shot down, right? So we're trying to figure out, okay, we need to get some type of closure and stuff from the police and all that, based upon them taking us out. But I'm like, no, we need to take that thing further. If they think that they could take a gun and a bullet and take us out, we need to figure out how to overcome a bullet. And I'm not asking any child to jump in front of no gun and act like they bulletproof, but it's the concept. It's the concept of overcoming the gun that makes it all worthwhile. You see what I'm saying? That's why they had the Method Man, because Method Man, what was his AKA?
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze, but he was also known as what type of lung?
Iron lung.
The iron lung, right? Iron lung, and then you also got the diamond body or the iron body or the iron shirt, tying back to Ghostface Killer, Wu-Tang and all that deals with being bulletproof. If you go back to the 5 deadly venoms, the toad, okay, the bulletproof energy. That's why they had Method Man end up doing that song, end up doing his soundtrack, his theme music, per se. but they had to use hip hop because how else are they going to communicate? How else are we going to be attracted to it unless, you know, they have that type of vibration? But they could have used anything. They could have had a Soulja Boy in there. They could have Future. They could have had Drake. You know what I'm saying? So why did they have Guru and why did they have DJ Premier? Because they talking about the richness. They talking about them roots. They talking about where we came from. Because the whole concept of Luke Cage has to deal with the fact that this dude's skin is impenetrable. And our skin is what ties us together. That's what makes us, you know, a community. The fact that we all share this relationship with the sun. And the music is something that we also share together. And that's because of the color of our skin. The melanin is what allows us to understand the beats, the vibrations, the sounds, the colors, and things like that. So they made sure that they invested a great amount of energy in the music. And they made sure that they had the centerpiece be this club so that we can constantly end up seeing, you know, the rich and great music that our people represent. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah.
So Luke Cage is out. It's a smash success. Like we said earlier, it broke Netflix for a little while.
Yes, it did. Shut it down.
Where do you think it's gonna go from here?
Okay. So before I go there, I want to finish off question you had asked earlier in regards to like what was important in regards to Guru, you know, and the whole Phife Dawg thing.
Yes.
Right? So remember, these are two individuals that died from health reasons. All our elders are dying from health reasons. That's something that hip hop ain't pushing really right now. Like there's not really a health initiative that occurs along with hip hop. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm wearing my great elder shirt right here, so people can understand that if Phife Dawg or my man Guru had any inkling in regards to what this man was capable of and what the power was inside of them, there'd be a chance that them brothers might still be here. And I know time is time. People, you know, things happen for a reason. But by us watching this show and seeing, okay, this guy is impenetrable skin, that's representing the optimum state that a black man could be in regards to our power, because he's power man, right?
Yes.
If his soundtrack is based upon individuals that died from the exact opposite, then that should let us know, that should put our consciousness on the fact that we need to pay more attention to our health. We need to pay more attention to what gets put in our body, because that's the only way we're going to create a diamond body. That's the only way that we're going to create a situation where we're resilient and we're strong. You see, we got to use that same passion that we use with the beat, with the music, with the dance, with the conversation, with the swag, with the movement, with the soul. We got to do that same thing with the food. We got to rock with the food. We can't keep rocking with the slave food. We can't keep rocking with the enemy's food, because that's going to take us out the same way your boy Diamondback hit us with that impenetrable bullet. Now, Diamondback, quiet as kept, that's the Illuminati tie-in. A lot of people don't know, because Diamondback is a rattlesnake, okay? That represents the serpent, but he had a bullet called the Judas bullet, right? And they was like, yo, where you get this technology from? He was like, from the incident. The incident was when the Avengers was fighting them aliens, right? All their technology, guns and all that stuff fell all over the place. So people snatched up all that stuff, melted it down, and now there was a whole industry based upon alien metals, okay, and alien energies. So the name of the race that was in the Avengers that they got the metal from to make this bullet is called the Chitauri, and Marvel created Chitauri based on David Icke.
Wow.
Yes. Go look it up. David Icke's reptilian agenda is what gave birth to the Chitauri in Marvel. So him, that bullet that actually penetrated the black man, was quote unquote the Illuminati metal.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
And let them know who Judas is for those who don't know. I mean, they should know. But
come on, man.
Yeah, real quick.
Listen, Listen, Judas is that betrayer.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
my brothers, CMB.
yeah. We all we got.
CMB, we all we got, man.
So all right. They did how many seasons like do you see Luke Cage being like a long-term thing, or is it?
Well, no. It's like this. 13 episodes. The next season is going to be the Defenders, where they actually bringing all the Netflix characters together like a mini Avengers thing. And then after that, they probably going to shoot them into the movie world, you know, where we're going to see them on the big screen. So it was like a beta test. It was a beta test. The same way they do problem response solution, Hegelian dialectic. They threw it out there to see what the response was. We bit it. You see what I'm saying? So we rolling with that.
So as black people, should we be paying more attention to Marvel? Because I didn't really get into the Jessica Jones thing.
Right.
The Arrow, I couldn't really do that. I was like, he looked like a homo, so I ain't really like that. I didn't do it. But they're all eventually going to be together at one point, right?
Yeah, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Punisher, Daredevil, and Iron Fist. They're going to all come together. That's what it's going to be. So it's like, we talking about Luke Cage right now. We talking about what resonates with us. Remember, it took place in Harlem. And that's another thing I cannot keep out of the conversation. The location, 125th Street. Now,
Harlem is the center of all schools of thought and knowledge.
Come on, brother.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and not just all schools of thought, but specifically what's going on now. They got the cameras everywhere on 125th. This show was based upon them like casing us out. Like I cannot deny that at all. Like seriously, they came up in Harlem. They've been watching our YouTubes. They've been seeing what we were doing, and they straight put it in there. Why was his headquarters the barbershop, bruh?
Yeah.
You can't get more black than that, man.
Yep.
That's our last frontier. That's our last like fraternal order, man.
Yep. Yeah. And I was saying how it's like a rite of passage to take your son to get his first haircut. Like that's a big thing. You actually save the hair.
That's right.
Me and my partner Rec was talking about today how dudes actually don't work in the barbershop. They're not getting a haircut, but they get up every day and go to the barbershop to see and hear what's going on in the world.
What's going on?
Barbershop talk is the biggest
Now,
thing.
what was he doing in the barbershop, though?
Yeah.
Books. Him and Pops was talking about books and authors, reading, getting your knowledge.
Yeah, that's where the chess games go down at. That's
where they had that going on with your boy from Daredevil. They had Turk from Daredevil and then your man from the Get Down. They was sitting down and they was playing chess with one another.
Wow. So
you know what I mean?
What I wanted to ask you, for somebody that hear this, because you know some people, you know, our people most of the time and say, man, this nigga crazy, man, this far-fetched.
I look crazy.
Yeah. if it was some things that you could give people to try to get a spiritual awakening, is it something that that they might be eating that's blocking it? Is it a train of thought? Is it the job? What's calcifying people's penile gland? Like, how could they decalcify their penile gland?
Two things. What was Sabi known for? He said, stop eating acid, start eating what?
Alkaline.
Alkaline. Thank you. Okay, so we got to go back to where Luke Cage even got his powers. Okay, he got his powers in Seagate Prison where they did this experiment on him, right? They explained to us what the factors were in his experiment. Water, heat, right? DNA, because they said he was special because of his genetics, but more specifically, the water that he was in, the pH was alkaline.
Wow.
Because when he got shot by the Judas bullet, they had to submerge him in acid. Remember?
Yes.
In order to pull the bullet out. But what gave him his strength was the alkalinity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Another thing is the fact that the breath is very important. If we pay attention to the fact that he represents Taurus, the bull, the ox, right? The first letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Aleph, right? Which represents ox. It's called the silent letter because it represents the primordial force. It represents the strength because the breath is what's most important. We can go a year without food. We can go weeks without water, believe it or not. But how long you holding your breath for? That's what is most important, is the breathing. So what does that mean? Well, if you deal with a certain type of exercise called Qigong, Qigong teaches you how to properly master your breath to the point you do something called flexing, which you know that's one of the number one slangs in hip hop was flexing, or funk master flex, right? Yep. That is actually a Qigong term, right? Wow. And in the art of flexing, and this information is coming from my man Ty, okay? My man Ty, you know, who I met through Blue Pill, you know, he studies Qigong, and he broke it all down to me and showed me because he's studying, right? In the art of flexing, you can achieve a state called the diamond body. You hear me? The diamond body. And the diamond body is a state where a bullet cannot penetrate your skin. And if you don't believe me, I want everybody to do their research, and you will find in Africa and in other areas of the world, there are many adepts that do this practice, and they'll bust a shot and it will not go through their skin. So if we want to go into the science, taking it back to the skin again, the melanin. Yep. Melanin is basically carbon, okay? Diamond is carbon, is it not? Yes. You put pressure on some coal, you get diamond, right? Yep. If you want something harder than diamond, you have something called graphene. But if you want something 40 times, 40 times the hardness and the power of diamond, you have something called carbine, which is just carbon. So this is a scientific explanation of, if we were to focus on our breath, our health, the way we eat and the way we think, and get out of these distractions, we can achieve states such as the diamond body where we overcome a bullet. Wow. Okay. And I'm gonna say a line from Dr. Strange that the Ancient One said, because they was like, yo, I got rid of my demons a long time ago. She was like, yo, we never get rid of our demons. We just learn how to operate above them. So that's what I want to leave the people with. Stop getting concerned with getting rid of a thing. Learn how to operate above a thing, and that'll take you somewhere else. So before we go, yes, let's recap and let them know that you do have this event coming up in New York City, in Brooklyn. It will be at the new location of Nicholas Brooklyn. They know about the historic location, downtown Brooklyn, right across the street from the McDonald's, the Poison Shop. And this will be up close by Restoration Plaza. They know where that's at. 1396. Yep. So give them the date that you're going to be here. Yeah, no doubt. So on December 17th, doors opening at 6 p.m. at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, new location, the Nicholas Bookstore. I will be presenting to the people a triple feature, the same way, you know, you might do the double feature back in the day. You buy one ticket and hit a couple other movies. I am doing 3 films because I want to make sure that I'm able to satisfy different personalities, different minds. You know, one person might like Luke Cage, but not like Doctor Strange. Other person might like The Arrival and not like Luke Cage, you know. So I'm making sure that I'm kind of covering a broad spectrum, and each one of these presentations are going to represent a theme. We're going to be talking sacred geometry. We're going to be talking Black genetics. So I'm going to be getting into science. We're going to be talking about occultism, metaphysics, and Black magic. So I'm going to get into all these things and use the movies just as a medium to break all this stuff down. So like I said, it's going to be 6 o'clock, December 17th, the day before the debate, at Nicholas Bookstore, the new location, Restoration Plaza. Now, for those who can't come physically, okay, we are presenting you with the option of seeing it in the comfort of your home, in the back of a car, on a bus, wherever you at, tablet, laptop, desktop, don't matter. You got an HDMI cord, don't matter. We are going to do the high definition, no lagging, no buffering, nothing like that. I'm talking about clean and crispy from the comfort of your home. You'll be able to check this out as well. So you don't got to get up and leave from your comfort. You get to check it out right where you at. And we're going to have all this available at Eventbrite. The only thing you got to do is type in KT the Arch Degree, KT TheArchDeggree, KT the Arch Degree. On the Eventbrite page, the flyer will come up and you just go from there. I'm Kamani Tate on Facebook, KAMANITAIT. I'm KT the Arch Degree on Instagram and on YouTube. Plus, I got a long list of videos on YouTube, so y'all can check out all the different movies I've broken down and just see how much truth have come forth since I broke those films down. So I have all those avenues for people to get in contact with me, and then I have a website, www.ktthearchdegree.com. So you know, everything's my name. You really can't forget it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I have to offer for the people. So big shout out to Joel Benjamin for assisting me, you know, with this whole event. And of course, it's Queen Monique. And you can check him out on YouTube under Joel Benjamin 528, where he has a lot of interviews there. And of course, here with Dog Diamond, where you go in, son.
Yes.
You don't pull no punches, bro.
I'm from Brooklyn. Yes. It's a different breed of dudes.
Yeah, you ain't playing, man. You don't be playing.
Shout out to Red, Blue, AA Rashid. We all from the same neighborhood, you know. So
Clinton Hill, I was there too. I just wasn't rocking with y'all because they was keeping me protected. But I was in Clinton Hills as well.
Yeah, good thing you wasn't with us because you probably wouldn't be as bright as you are right now.
I might be Diamondback right now.
You definitely would have been traumatized like a motherfucker. But it's a good thing that you you know, you were protected and you came out the way you did and you're able to give this information. Like I said, I bear witness to stuff that at first, like I said, I was a little skeptical and I was like, here we go. But then as I started looking, and I remember I asked you some questions at the last event. And I was like, hold me on to something here like that. So I think people should come out. It's you know, if y'all want information, y'all gonna have to start pulling the information because people can't push it on you. We live in a pull world now. Anything that you want, you can get it. If you want to hear any particular song you want to hear right now, you can hear it right at this moment. It's the same thing with the information. If you want information, it's available to you. We're making the information available. If you should not know something in 2016. You have these big high-tech phones, smartphones, and stupid people. It don't make no sense.
You got to know what question to ask. Simple as that. That's it. You just got to know the right question to ask, and you good to go.
That's you know? Also. So give them one more time before we go.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And remember, I didn't say everything tonight. This was still a tease. I still got some.
No, he goes in. He breaks it all the way down to the very last compound.
I don't be playing, man. It's gonna be an event. I got a huge fan base. I know they're gonna come out and we're gonna party, man. But Nicholas Bookstore, new location, Restoration Plaza, 1396 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York, December 17th, a Saturday. Doors opening up 6 p.m. Doing all 3 movies. Well, actually, TV show, Luke Cage, the movie Doctor Strange, and the movie The Arrival, breaking all 3 of them bad boys down. Boom, 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 boom. And for those that are not able to make it, go to eventbrite.com, type in KT the Arch Degree. You will find the Eventbrite page there. And for those that want to look further, like I said, on Facebook, Kamani Tate, KAMANITAIT, because my father, I got a lot of history in Harlem as well, because my father, my biological father, is George Edward Tate, and he is the poet laureate of Harlem, second to Langston Hughes.
Wow.
You see, so I got history in Harlem, and my mother was born in Harlem Hospital, okay, across from Schomburg. So I got history there. You know, this is rich with me. It touches me. You see what I'm saying?
And for the people who don't know, his mama is Mama Pill, his brother is Blue Pill, and his other brother is Red Pill.
Red Pill, that's right. Yeah, I was raised by Dr. Sabi, but I was born by George Edward Tate. And yeah, I got a lot of things going on here. Yeah. So I'm just trying to share this power with the family, man. Just come out so we can exchange the vibrations, man.
And you're also opening the power within them that they already have.
That's right.
Trying to get them to open it.
My main passion is the body. I was born in St. Croix in Dr. Sabi's house, literally. He raised me. He taught me physiology. He taught me herbs. He taught me nature. He taught me beauty and love and light. All right. So I know the body. I know health. You know, you go to my website, you'll see what I do. So my real passion is really health and herbs and helping people reverse diabetes and kidneys failing, cancers and all that type of stuff. That's what I deal with. So if you look at me on YouTube and type KT the Arts Degree, you'll also see a lot of my health breakdowns where I go into diabetes, breaking down the pancreas and all types of stuff like that. So I decode the body. I decode health. I just decode. You see what I'm saying? So I know somebody out there got people in their family that needs help, that needs assistance, and that's what I'm here to do.
All right, one last thing. Is there any advanced tickets anywhere?
Yeah, Eventbrite. Eventbrite. Go to eventbrite.com, KT the Arts Degree. Tickets is right there. You know what I'm saying?
So they have the option of doing the tickets or watching the live stream.
Exactly. You can do the live stream Eventbrite, or you could buy your advanced ticket, you know, for to actually come to the location at Nicholas Bookstore, Brooklyn. All right. And
so yeah, so everybody, we'll see you in the building because I'm definitely coming. I gotta come get this information.
You gotta come,
it's in Brooklyn. It's my hometown. It's in walking distance from my crib. So, you know, I definitely am a supporter of Joel Benjamin 528. That's his channel.
That's right.
Shout out to the Pill. Shout out to Mama Pill.
Know the Ledge.
Oh, and they got an album out right now called Scorpion King, but you can get that.
And it is fire.
Yeah, you can get that on SoundCloud.
Yes, sir.
You know, make sure you get that album. And I am Doggie Diamonds, and this is KT the Arts Degree. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna chop it up in person when he come to NYC, and that's what it is. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.